Okay. So we will go with the thing. thing. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is just the kind of introduction part. Okay. So S3 provide
Okay.
what are the S3 which I discussed last time? It's a simple storage service, like simple secure storage. So this is the S3 provides developers and IT teams with the secure, durable, high scalable object storage. So when I told you this high scalable object storage, it means you can actually upload data you can scale the data. Definitely, it is going to be chargeable, but it all depends upon you. As I told you earlier, up to 5 GB, it's free, and if you're
Free.
uploading more than 5 GB, it's going to be chargeable. Okay, and Amazon has
Okay.
free to use with a simple subscription. So these are all things. And you can also retrieve any amount of data from anywhere on the web. So this is the one. Okay, okay. So yeah, this one. Yeah, so this one. If you remember, last class I told you the classification of the data, the classification of the storage. There were three, the object storage, and the second one was block storage, and the third one was the EFS, the file system. So this is the
Yeah.
one, the object storage, the one which I told you. So the client will be there. The object the object could be of anything, like of any extension, like could be the bitmap picture, the JPG file, the text file, could be anything. So here we are not talking about the the Java stuff and all object. There is a kind of programming stuff in the Java, which we call it object oriented programming, but we are not talking about that stuff. Okay, and REST API, this thing you don't have to know as of now. It's just they actually create the API. API is nothing but like an application programming interface. When you have to fetch the data, so at that point, like we create the some kind of methods and all. So you don't let's not go there. You'll be confused. So I'll not go there. Just you have to know this internet. The client will be there. They'll upload the data over here. So this is the one your the location, the in Amazon S3. This is going to be a location. Okay, the next part
Okay.
is the EBS, the kind of, like I told you, elastic block storage, where it in the chunk of if you have to transfer data from one storage to the another. So definitely it's not going to happen all in one go. If the data is of the 5 GB or could be the 10 GB, so it's going to transfer in block by block. Okay, uh, that's what they have mentioned here, the volume part. Okay, and the third
Okay.
one, the elastic file system, the file storage I told you, the where you actually you you actually create the file system that in the Linux. I'll tell you when I will do the Linux. At that point, I'll tell you how we actually there'll be one guy, the supervisor will be there. He will create all the storage there, and that same storage, this could be, we can tell this is gonna storage, and this storage is gonna shared by all all the other developers or testers
Okay.
or the guys. Okay, the on-premise client and all. So it could be of anything. So the one which I told you just now, like it be on the Linux. So when we'll do the Linux section, at that point of time, tell you how to do the file system stuff and all. So the this file system will be on the your EC2 instances, and this is going to the mount part and all. So I'll tell you, you don't pay attention to this thing. Just I'm telling you what are the things will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you understood the part, right? Up to here it's clear, no? And we created the bucket. I still now I remember. I think we created the bucket and
Yes, I
I
believe
explained
it.
some stuff. Okay. Now let's go
Yes.
to the next one. Yeah, so this is all the some basic stuff. S3 is the object based. Object consists of the following: the key, the value, version ID, metadata, subsystem, access control system, torrent. Now coming to this part, yeah, so object based, could you can upload anything you want, and the one here, you have to know is it actually stores in the form of key value pairs. Now when talk about key value pairs, it's nothing but uh, the key is going to be identical all the time. It's going to be the unique one. Okay, the minute I told you, when we actually try to create the bucket here, the naming convention, it has to be unique. We tried
Yeah.
that, like when we create the when we give that any name, if we give Sayed Duran, and if they it has to be unique. So that is the reason, for to maintain the standard, for the best practice, we give the date as well, so that it will be unique. Okay, in the very same way, like when you talk about the bucket part, so the when we actually storing the data there, that's going to be the in the form of key value pairs only. The way we did here, we created the bucket in the form of key value pair. Here also, it's going to be the unique one. And the version ID, the version is nothing but like I'll tell you how what is the version ID. Version ID is nothing but like when you try to upload the data, when you upload the data, okay, one another guy came, and your team member came. He also tried to do some changes, and he made some changes, and again he made the override the changes. So you might be on leave today, and the other guy came and he override the changes. Then how are you gonna retrieve the stuff? So that's how that version ID comes. It's very handy. You have to enable the version ID, and the moment you enable it, so you can see your stuff as well. The one which you created and the one that your team member has created. We'll see that part as well. So this is the one, and the metadata is nothing but like the same one, like you when you store the data, so data about the data and all, that kind of stuff. And some resources, the torrent you don't have to know. It's just like the kind of like malware and all, so we don't have to know this. The access control list, this is very important, interview purpose as well. Like the interviewer, they're gonna ask this question, like, what is access control list? Because actually, why it is important is because access control list are actually two types. The one which we get it over here, one which we get in the Linux as well, and the one which we're gonna see in the networking part as well. So it's just like access control is the name itself. It suggests it's giving. It is basically used to giving access for the particular object. The one which if I'm able to recall, we created one, like I shown you one, this thing, one file, and that file, through the ACL, you can actually make an object to private, that is going to be confidential, and another object which is going to be the like public or generic and all. Okay, so here it
Okay.
is. Okay, and this object storage the same way. This, like the object consists of the data, the key assigned. It's going to happen internally. You're not doing it here. You're just uploading the data. The key assigned and all, it's going to happen internally, so you don't have to do that. When data is seen here, it's coming. When data is added to the bucket, Amazon S3, see, internally, Amazon S3 creates a unique version ID and allocates to the object. So that's how it becomes a unique one. Okay, and this is the one same thing. Okay, okay. So this one, you don't have to. We'll come to this. Up to here, it's fine. Okay, so we'll go through the version today. We'll do the versioning now. Okay.
Sure.
So these three slides, you have any doubt on? Like up to here. Uh,
I got
uh,
the basic idea about it.
oh,
I
fine.
understood it.
Okay. So we'll go to the whole. Uh, three. Okay, let's create the bucket. I'm creating bucket today again.
Okay.
Uh, my bucket today. October. Okay. This is the unique name. I hope it's the unique one. It's I'm for the security purpose, I'm doing enable. Okay. Bucket preference is
Okay.
fine. Okay. And you have to block so that if you not do that, then you won't be able to access it. Okay. I acknowledge
Yeah.
this. And this part, this is very important, and this is very important. Why I'm saying it, because you can expect one question from you, like bucket versioning. What is the use of bucket versioning, and what is the like why they are using it, the kind of stuff and all they're gonna say it. You can expect one question from here, the S3 bucket. That is only, I think, this is one question will come. And so last time I disabled it just to show you how to create the bucket. Now I'm going to enable. Okay, the concept
Okay.
is quite clear, but you should know how it is, how the things are working. Okay, and
Okay.
the tags and all these are optional, so you don't have to use it. Encryption type is like server side encryption with the Amazon S3 managed key. So it's like when you are actually trying to encrypt it in the form of like so Amazon S3, they are doing it, and like when you're doing the server side with AWS key management, this where we have to use the keys, and like so here we are not using the keys, we are just using S3, and the industry base as well. Like we are going to use the Amazon S3 only. Okay, dual layer server side thing. So this one you don't. I'll tell you when it is needed. So this one also not needed. Dual layer server side. If I'll tell you, it means like there is a like the this thing like when you actually how the internet works. Server like you send the request to the server and they actually accept it, and then they send you the response. Okay, it's just like that. So it's basically it's for the private application and all. For that purpose, like see here we can use it like the keys and all. Okay, so here the keys are needed. So it's basically for like complete confidential stuff between the two parties. Okay, so these are all the stuff. Okay, so we are not, anyways,
Okay.
we are not going to use it. It's just for like using for application, and if for industry based as well, like we are going to use this thing only. Server side encryption with this thing, the Amazon S3 managed key. Okay, this one
Okay.
bucket key I've enabled it. So this is the one which you have to know. Last time I think I still remember I actually disabled it. This time I have enabled. Okay, so this is the one,
Okay.
and
Bucket
I'll create
versioning.
this. I'll create the bucket now. And you can actually, I'm telling you, you can actually expect one question on that like this thing, that version part. Like what is the use of
Okay.
versioning? Why you are actually versioning? What is actually use of it? What if you not enable it? What if you disable it? This kind of stuff and all. The generic questions and all you can expect it, but you can expect one question. This is very important.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
now let's go. Okay, so the one which I told telling you, this one. Okay, I'll create one stuff here. Okay, so now you can see here what is the size of it. It's right on 2
2
KB, right?
KB.
2 KB, right? Now if I try to do that, go see. I'll try to. Okay, okay. Let me do one thing so that you'll come to what I'm trying to do here. Let me. I'll go inside the bucket. Okay,
Okay.
I'm trying to upload the data. That's done. And then upload. It's uploading. So that storage will be in the key value format that you have to know, and like it's very important. The what do you call this versioning part? Like out of 10 times, they've asked me this question always. Like 8 to 9 times, they've asked me this question. Okay,
Okay.
so
I have a one question.
yeah, please tell me.
Like whatever the data we upload, so is there any timeline, or do we have to I mean, use the, services according to the payment what we make?
No, here I think that S3 is actually I told you earlier. The you the timeline in terms of data or like in terms of AWS.
With the services, usage of services.
Here I think it's free. Up to 5 GB you can do that. You can play around. But it's better like you delete it. Like because anyways that comes under the resources. Okay, and
Okay.
AWS people what they're gonna do is like uh, they actually charge it, like because anyways we are using free, but the problem is like in the back end they keep on counting it the resources, because since it's the free part, so they keep on like okay, the you have used the 1 GB, now you have removed it, now you're gonna say like okay, I've removed the 1 GB, so why are they gonna charge you? But no, but the problem is like the timeline is like the 1 GB, like if you have stored that data, even if you're practicing, even if the practicing part like the data was there till half an hour or probably 45 minutes, they're gonna charge. It's all
Okay.
there
So
in the
any
billing.
form of data can
It's
be
all in the
uploaded.
billing. Sorry.
Any form of data can be uploaded.
Yes, any form of data can be uploaded. The which I told you, the object part. You can like the
Okay.
extension part and everything. Even you can upload the operating system as well. That's not an issue. But the
Okay.
only thing it's the speed which matters the most. Okay.
Okay.
So anything else?
No, Asad bhai. Oh,
Okay,
good to go.
fine, fine. Okay, so this is the one. So if you see here, that is the 1.5 KB. Okay, this is 1.5 KB.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I'll do is, uh, so this is the one. So you get it here. I'll go here and you can actually download this stuff and what you can do it. Okay. Now, what will happen now? I'll go again. I'm going to insert the bucket. Okay, and okay, here, fine. Upload. Okay, no, to change the stuff first. Okay. Now control A. Now that you what you have to know is it's 2 KB. Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Yeah. Control C. Control V. I've just I'm just populating the data. Okay. You can see I just
Okay.
I'm populating the data. Okay. I saved it. I came back. Now it is become 40 KB. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's coming. So what my point was? See, earlier it was you. Earlier it was you. You are the one who
Correct.
actually created this file and you created the stuff and all. Okay. And you have gone on leave for 2 days. Okay. Now your
Okay.
another guy came and your team member came. Anyone, the John came and now he's working on this file. Okay.
Okay.
Now after that you came back after the leave. Okay. Now let me go and upload the one the John has uploaded. Now this is the John has worked on it, and the size is 40 gig. Okay. So John has worked on his
Understood.
file on this file, and now he's trying to upload the stuff. Okay. Then upload succeeded. Close. Now now you can see like
Mhm.
where is the stuff, like where's my stuff. You can actually claim it. Okay. Now it's gone 39 KB. Now it's the updated one. But here, since you actually enable it, this is the guide, the show version. The moment you do show version, you can find out this is the file where you have worked on, and this is the file where John has worked on. This you can see, you can
Okay.
find the difference over here.
Yeah, yeah, I can see the
1.5
differences
KB,
in the
1.5
dates.
KB, and 39 KB. That is the important part. So this is all the stuff you have to explain it in a proper way. I'm completely telling you in terms of like interview purpose, like how you have to explain it. Did not, one second. हाँ मम्मी. हाँ
Understood.
हाँ मैं आ रहा हूँ थोड़ी देर बाद. हाँ जाना है, मैं बोलता हूँ आता हूँ थोड़ी देर बाद. Sorry. Okay, so there's the one. So yeah, so there's the one, like you have to explain in such a manner, like there's the one you have uploaded, there's the one your team member has uploaded, and there's the one kind of like 39 KB and all the stuff, and this is the one which if you enable it only then this option will come. Okay, so yeah, you're saying something. Sorry, please go ahead.
No, no, I said I got the differences. So today I'm working, I uploaded the data and it has been modified on date and time and no, look, everything is popped up. The other guy, which I'm, no, for example, let's say I'm only for 2 days and another guy came up, is working on the same project but uploading the data with a different, size.
Yeah.
Then I can easily able to find out with the help of show versions wherein it is already been segregated. So who has on what data had worked accordingly.
Yes,
That is what I
absolutely.
have understood so far.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So this is the one, like so we can say that, like what is the user version? Like we can say that, like it's like you can actually upload there multiple copies of the same file and all the stuff. You can say that. And like the only, like the only disadvantage of having this version part, like and this is very important. Like you should know this. Like if imagine the one file you have uploaded, okay, 5 GB. Okay, the another guy came, then John came, then you worked on another, then you have worked on other John guys that came. So that you can see that the version keeps on popping up, right? It's keep on adding up. Okay. Now the thing is, you cannot tell, like the size is going to be like just it whatever data you have added, the size only increment to that file. No, it's not going to happen. What is going to happen is every time you create the new version, what will happen is it creates the 5 GB. So if imagine this is the 5 GB, then again you have uploaded the 5 GB, again you have worked on the 5 GB, again you have worked on the your John has worked on 5 GB. So ultimately 5 into 4 becomes 20 GB. So ultimately your 20 GB is gone. So this is the only disadvantage. So that's what, like mutually guy needs to work, and you can remove that the previous file and all the stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. So this is the one. Okay. So and yeah, and what thing? Yeah. Okay, let's go back to this one, buckets. Go here. Yeah. So yeah, complete next thing. This is the one. The
John
manage
had worked.
the standard. Before that, I'll go to the management part. Lifecycle rule. This is the one which is important here. The lifecycle rules and the replication rules, inventory configuration is very important. Okay, the inventory it's not required. for now. This is very important. The life cycle rules and the replication part. Okay. So I'll do that.
Okay.
So yeah, up to here you understood, right? Like how to create the version and what is the use of it and all this stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we'll go to the create replication rules. Now replication rules is nothing but you are going to create some rules where it's kind of like if I tell you in the plain English, it is a backup. It's kind of backup. Okay. Imagine you have created the stuff and all. So how how your data is secure. So okay, the data is secure, but you need a backup as well. Like imagine tomorrow the John went to the different company, your data, what about your data and all? He might have some confidential stuff and all. So for the company purpose, as per the company policy and all, they'll create the backup as well. It's very important. Like they must do the backup stuff and all. Okay. So the application rule is nothing but kind of backup. Okay. So you can say that like the name itself it suggests the replication. Replication it creates the replica of your bucket. Okay. So this is the one. Okay. Now I'll go to the so I'm inside my bucket only. Okay, this one. Okay, I'm going.
Okay.
You can see the steps. I can go to the management. And management. I'll come to the lifecycle rule. We'll go to this thing. Create replication. Okay, rule. You can give any name, whatever name you can find. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's stated enabled. Okay, and the priority is like it's kind of like the zero. It's the maximum. It's highest priority. Okay, I'll say the
Okay.
application apply to all the buckets. Okay, this is the one, and here if you limit it, you can do that. That's not an issue. But here I'm saying it's better if you do that, or like definitely you want to backup for all the stuff, right? You don't you don't want to limit your backup. Okay. Now you which one you wanted, you can create the bucket uh, 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 eh, like choose a bucket in the same account, or you can where you want to store that stuff and all. Okay. For that purpose, I create the bucket. Okay. uh, Backup bucket, 20 October 2023. Okay. It will enable, um, enable this one. I acknowledge, enable versioning, and create bucket. So, what I'm going to do is, what my plan is, I'll create the backup of my bucket. Okay. Uh, I'll create the backup of my bucket here. Backup bucket. Okay. I'll go here, go to the management, the replication rule 1, 2, 3, enable the zero is the which I told you that it's highest priority. Limit everything, all the stuff, and specify a bucket in another account. If and another account, if you have to go to the another account means the one which I told you earlier, that AWS organization, it can have the uh, multiple organization, multiple accounts. If you remember, I told you uh, you have another separate AWS account. These having separate account, Shaista is having separate account. So you guys are actually working separately. So what is gonna happen is I was talking about it, another account like that. So since you are using your account, so I'm choosing a bucket in this account, the same account one. So, okay. So this is the one. Assert the same account. Okay. This one.
Okay.
Now, okay. Now choose a bucket that will receive a replicated object. Okay. Here. So I'm gonna say browse history. The which one you want? I choose backup. Okay.
Backup.
Yeah, choose one. Okay. Now here you can change this and see again it came IAM role. So that's what I told you earlier. Last time also I told you the cloud is the kind of spaghetti bowl. One thing you stretch it again, something keeps on coming up and all. Okay. So this is the one. Choose from existing IAM role. If you want, you can create this stuff and all, or you can this thing you can create a new role stuff and all. Okay. This is the one. Okay.
Okay.
uh, Enter IAM role ARN. You can give a name here, the IAM role if you want it. to your existing IAM role. So I think here we don't have to do it. Uh, it's going to be automatic. The create new role and all. Okay, so it's going to be it's going to happen automatically because it's not the like it's a free tier. That's the reason. If it's going to be the like company wise and all, then you have to create the IAM role because I told you earlier like one service needs to communicate with another one, so you need a role. So here what you're doing is like one S3 bucket is communicating with another S3 bucket, so we need a role. Okay, so there's the one, and this is the one, and you can do the save. Now this is the one save. Replicate, yes, replicate existing object, submit, automatically run, all tasks, these are stuff and all. Okay, great. Uh, yeah, create new role. Create this now, this one. Okay. So you just give that path name. Uh, okay, this one. So testing. This one. This one. Save. So successfully created job. Okay. Now if I'll go here, you can see that the replication part. Okay, that it is done. The backup. Okay. Now I'll go here. My buckets. Okay. I'll go here. Uh, so so I'll try to upload here. We'll see. I think I'll try to upload some stuff over here. I think. Okay. Let's see if it is coming or not. Or go to close off the backup. Okay. So you can see it's coming. Okay.
Yes.
The manifest JSON, it's coming. So when you do that, it'll take some time, but it will come.
Okay.
Okay, you manage.
So even we upload data here in the main, bucket, that is also be stored into the replica.
Yeah, see, you can see it. See the backup bucket. Though I uploaded there, but it
Yeah,
came over here. Okay.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one. This is the folder kind of stuff and all. So it's just like I created the batch operation for. It's just like batch operation is kind of like it's kind of extra storage we can call it, but for the timing you just ignore it. We can tell like we when we say the added files is there the kind of stuff and all. So you'll go here. So kind of stuff. It's the manifest JSON. It's like the one it's kind of like the prerequisite for the like the backup file and all. Okay, so you can ignore that part. The important part is like you have like you got the backup stuff and all. Okay, you
Yeah.
here. Okay, now come to the next one, and here okay the backup here it goes, and the one which yeah, now next up here the standard we just talking about. Okay, let's go back to the slides now. Here. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So when you and this is also very important. Like they you can keep on expect you can actually expect questions the kind of what are the storage classes and all. Okay. Now coming to this part, there are actually six type of storage. Okay. S3 standard, the IA is now infrequently accessed, S3 one zone, intelligent tiering, glacier deep. Okay. Now the what is the basic difference between all of these? Okay. Now it's all depends upon like this is the okay the foremost the first part is like this is the very the performance whenever you need a performance and all this stuff and all we this is the guy S3 standard, and this is very like the he it is the thing like where we in the real time standard like in real time industry we are
Yeah.
using this one. Okay, but when we have to store it when we are not using the data we try to like you can see the name itself infrequently accessed. Infrequently accessed means like there is like some amount of time you're not using it, sometimes you're using it. It's kind of that stuff. Okay, so and the one zone IA this one. This is the difference between this one itself like uh, it doesn't have the back. it doesn't have the backup. So you can see here what's saying for where you want a lower cost option for the, and yeah, the cost, I forgot to tell you the cost part. So it all depends on the cost and all. Like see here it's given. Okay, you can ask me the question why it's coming 99.99 availability, why it's not coming 100%. Okay, now the thing is, uh, Amazon is not taking complete responsibility for all the things. Okay, they are actually giving at least some part of share to the user as well, because ultimately, like they won't say it's completely 100%. Something definitely can come up in the future. Some malware, some stuff can come up, but still, it's not ever happened. But that's they just want to be on safer side. They say it's secured, the durable, the redundancy part and all. And coming to the all the stuff and all, it's the price range. It's varies. This one, and all this. Okay. So when you talk about the one zone, uh, the only difference is like for where you want a lower cost option for infrequently access data, but do not require the multiple availability zone data resilience. That means what? Okay, so just now shown you when we are doing it S3 standard, I shown you you can actually create a backup in the different region as well. You remember? I shown you just now. I shown it to you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that means you can actually create a backup in a different region as well. So here they won't give you an option of creating a backup. You can just
Okay.
simply create a you can put your data over here. They charge you very less and all. Okay, this is the stuff. And coming to this is all the stuff like the here if you're using very infrequent and all, I think the layer will be there. I think. Yeah, here see the how the money is different. See the USD $11.50 per month. You have to cost is this is the how the cost is going to charge it. For infrequent access, this is 6.25, and this glacier is going to do the $2. So it all depends upon the price ranges and retrieval fee. See per GB they're gonna charge it, and the per GB gonna charge it suitable frequently access. So that's what in the company like in the real time industry they're gonna use S3 standard, but uh,
Okay.
uh they're gonna use this one as well. But if it's very archival data and all, they can use for Glacier and all this stuff. You can first by here it is latency is when you're trying to retrieve the data, it they can say like immediate, but when you talk about this glacier, it's they can restore can take up to minutes to hours. So it's just the speed, the performance. They're talking about the performance. Okay, they so it's just that. Okay. And coming to this part, you can the glacier and all stuff see it's coming the low cost storage and automatically. Here intelligent tiering, the Amazon they have designed their own algorithm and all, and they can do that stuff. And it's the cost effective, and without performance impact. But here Glacier and the Deep Glacier, see you can see the time itself they're saying retrieval time configured from minutes to hours, but here it's coming see retrieval time from 12 hours to acceptable. Okay, so what important here is you have to know the terms, and you can just simply tell the difference, and they're gonna you can expect one question from here as well. You don't have to go in depth here. You just need to know. You have to remember all the stuff like in S3 standard, S3 IA, one zone, intelligent training, glacier, and glacier deep archive. You can say these things a lot. Okay. Now, this one, interview purpose, they can you can ask the what is the difference. You can just simply tell them one zone doesn't have the back. And coming to this one, this is all having the the frequency, the one you just here, it can take up to the when you're trying to retrieve it, it will take
Yes.
some amount, good amount of time when you're trying to retrieve the data. Okay, this is the one. Okay, and yeah, so I think up from here it's fine. Now we can go and do that live cycle rule again for the bucket. Up to here it's fine. This is done, and go to the see here in the management only we get the life cycle rule, and this is the
Application rule
replication rule is
created.
we have created. In this is the one okay, I'll tell you what configuration management is just you can actually inventory is if I'll tell you in the plain English, inventory is nothing but when you are actually maintaining the kind of records. Okay, so it's
Okay.
you can
Okay.
create inventory or configuration on a bucket to generate a flat file list of your objects and metadata. So we don't use it very often. The only reason, like, you already have the data. You already have the data. Anyways, I think you can. I I don't know about you, but I think I never faced any question from this one. So I never paid too much attention over here. And but yes, like, this thing. You can create an inventory configuration on a bucket to generate a flat file list of your objects and metadata. So why you have to, like, anyway, you can see, like, why they have to create an inventory when you already have the data. You can, when you already have the your all the buckets and all the stuff. Okay. Okay, so this is the one. So I'll go and create the sorry, life cycle rule. Okay, so you understood, right? What is the what is the, all the stuff and all here?
Yeah, I understood. Life
Understood, right?
cycle rule and
Yeah. So these are all the stuff,
repository.
the storage classes and all. Okay, these are all the storage
Yeah,
classes.
yeah,
Okay.
the differences,
Yes.
the
Yes.
service what they
Yeah.
provide. Yeah.
So we'll go and we'll create life cycle rule now. You can give name over here, any name you want to give. Rule 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Apply to all the objects. Okay, I
Okay.
acknowledge. And now you can see move current versions of object between the storage classes. Now I'm trying what here it is like lifecycle rule say I'm trying to move the data from from S3 standard to the could be anything. Could be anything. Could be S3IA, intelligent tiering, glacier, anyway. Okay. I
Okay.
can do that. Okay. So now I'm doing move with current version of object between storage to this one. See, now you can see that trans transition current version of your object between the storage classes. So you can say like choose storage classes S3 standard IA, standard IA that the performance one days after object creation. That means what? Means like when you create the object at, so I'll say like 30 days. After 30 days, I'm gonna add one more. So after 30 days, my data from standard will move to the intelligent tiering. Okay, let's give some name. I think here it will is there one more clause. It has to be double of that. See, if I'll give 45, see what we'll get. Okay. See, the intelligent value of for intelligent tiering must be at least 30 more than the value of the standard. The one which you have given, it should be the double.